Shootings and the endless bloodletting, which the United States of America goes through on a weekly basis, is often described as America's silent civil war. The tragedy is, often those who are caught up in this mindless violence happen to be innocent civilians who are butchered to their deaths, simply because of America's unending love for guns. This past week, there were 3 incidents of mass shootings. 4 people were killed at a bank in Louisville, when a bank employee went on a rampage targeting his colleagues and live-streamed their killings on social media. There was a mass shooting incident that took place at a mall in Delaware, and another incident of mass shooting that happened in front of a funeral home in Washington, D.C. No matter where you are in the United States of America, such is the pervasiveness of gun terror that there's almost no place that is safe from the brutal killings that happen in this first world nation that calls itself the leader of the free world. But even this scale of violence and killings has not convinced the United States to give up its addiction of purchasing and owning deadly guns as part of its Second Amendment to the Constitution.
The endemic of gun violence in America claimed more lives this past week.
I lost one of my best friends on Monday.
Connor Sturgeon, a 23-year-old full-time employee of the Old National Bank in downtown Louisville,
suspect down! Get the officer!
shot dead 4 of his colleagues and wounded 9 others, using a legally purchased AR-15 style semi-automatic rifle. Perhaps reflective of the times we live in, he live-streamed the attack over the internet. Responding swiftly, the Louisville Metro Police shot and killed the assailant. The motive of the attack, at this moment, is not known.
At 8:38, there's a report of shots fired at Old National Bank. Officers were on scene within 3 minutes. The suspect shot at officers. We then returned fire and stopped that threat. The suspect is deceased. This is the only time that I will mention the suspect name in this case. The suspect has been identified as Connor Sturgeon, white male, 23 years of age, who was employed at Old National Bank. His weapon of choice was the rifle. We have 5 total deceased, which includes him, but I want to acknowledge with heartfelt condolences, prayers to the family of those who lost their life today.
The very next day, outside of a funeral home in northeastern Washington, D.C., there was another incident of mass shooting. 1 man was killed and 3 others were critically injured. The Washington police have not ruled out the possibility of multiple shooters. Prior to that, on the 8th of April, 3 people were left wounded and shoppers forced to evacuate from the Christiana Mall in Delaware. Suspects of the Saturday evening shooting are still at large. Guns have been woven into the very fabric of American culture and politics since the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in 1791, which affirmed that the right of people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Cut to the present day, and the United States, a country of 330 million people, is awash with about 400 million guns. Any effort to tighten gun control repeatedly for years has run into opposition from the Republicans, who consider themselves to be staunch defenders of America's constitutional right to bear arms. Despite widespread outrage over recurring mass shootings, the political paralysis endures.
Once again, today, the President has called on Republicans in Congress to work together with Democrats to take action, to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, to require safe storage of firearms, to require background checks for all gun sales, to eliminate gun manufacturers' immunity from liability. These are common sense actions we can ask for and should be getting right now.
While the debate gains clamor, more than 50 people are killed each day by a firearm in the United States. The figure assumes even greater significance in the light of surveys showing 57% of Americans in favor of stricter gun laws. How long and at what cost will the Republicans continue on this path of obduracy is anyone's guess. But for now, gun violence, it seems, has become a permanent fixture in the American nightmare.